So I just got done watching the second presidential debate. I'm going to make another reaction video. This debate was awesome. In contrast to the first debate, this debate was awesome. First of all, there were no uhs from either candidate. Um, how ironic. Um, but in addition to that, uh, both of them were they hate each other. They really hate each other, and I think that's exciting for us as the American people get to decide this election to watch. It was tense, but not in the same way that it was last time. It was just that you could tell that they were about to strangle each other. So that was cool. Candy Crowley got run over, just like Jim. But and that doesn't happen in other countries, during presidential debates, you listen to the moderator. They did not. Both of them, and this bothered me, although some of the questions were very interesting, both of them avoided questions. They dodged questions. There was no doubt about it that they were getting off topic. They're both guilty of that. They're both guilty of course, being dishonest. But I find this fascinating, speaking of dishonesty. Mitt Romney is not he's not championing tax cuts on the rich anymore. That's not his thing anymore. Amazing. He's keeping with that. So, I guess that goes to show you that Obama's idea that, we should all play by the same rules is kind of popular. It's kind of in danger of winning him the election, so Mitt Romney's got to resort to this. But, first, like I said, some initial observations, and we have to declare a winner, and again, I evaluate the winner on who swayed more independents, undecided voters, and I think Obama won tonight. That is reinforced by a couple polls so far that have been done. But yeah, and I only say that because there were certain issues that he dominated on. For example, immigration, Obama dominated on. Women's issues, wow. And you can't, speaking, because this reminds me, you cannot tell me that these were undecided voters in the crowd. That girl who asked about who's going to support women's equality and things like that in the workplace, like, come on, that's Obama's thing. Of course she's voting for Obama. Of course the guy who asked Obama if he challenged him on his energy secretary's quote about gas prices, of course he's voting for Mitt Romney. I mean, it was just some of the questions were really good. Benghazi, Obama dominated on. My favorite part of the debate, and I forget exactly what Mitt Romney was trying to do, but he kept doing this. He kept asking Obama, "Hey, so didn't you? Right? Right? To come out as like, it was cheap. It was stupid. It was a tactic he was using, and Obama didn't take the bait about the fifth time he tried it, and he looked at him with so much hate, and he said, "Please proceed, Governor." That was my favorite part of the debate because that was just like middle finger. And Romney didn't know what to do at that point, and he's like, oh, okay. But Obama destroyed on Benghazi, and it shouldn't even be such a political issue. It's such a touchy subject. I'm surprised we treat it like that. I was honestly shocked when Mitt Romney's campaign was trying to capitalize on it. Like, wow. Obama accepted responsibility, which was interesting. It was the noble thing to do, probably the right thing to do. And, I think Romney came off as an asshole, honestly, on that entire issue of the consulate attack. Immigration, Obama dominated on. So those three issues, I think. The rest of them were all a draw. Everything else we talked about, both of them. Obama came out strong, obviously, much stronger than the last debate. We all can observe that. However, Romney didn't come out any weaker. So, it's like I said, it was kind of hard to declare a winner. I would say Obama, though, just because there were a couple issues where he was doing an amazing job of articulating and Romney wasn't, and it was clear to the American people who was being honest and who, was just more sincere and not and authentic, not phony. And this is my objective opinion. And I try not to be biased because, like I said, both of them have their issues up on stage. But really tonight, I think we saw a lot of things that hurt Romney and helped Obama. So, other initial observations. I mean, and I watched this at a debate watch party. So there were certain things that people, got riled up about. I think SNL is going to have fun with this one because on Obama's part, he botched a couple names in the crowd. There was one who was named, it was Lorraine or something, and he called her Loretta, and then he corrected himself, but that looked really bad. And then Carrie, and he called him Karen. And then he was like, "What's your name?" And he's like, "Carrie." That guy was just furious. That looked really bad for Obama. Because the funny thing about that is, you know, he called him Karen because that's what Candy, he misheard Candy, and then he goes over and it's like this huge man. He's like, oh wait, what was your name? Kind of funny. And then of course everyone loves this, the classic from Mitt Romney, binders full of women. Wow, gaffs are so great. Gaffs, they're what we live for. Binders full of women. And not that any of those matter or, you know, determine how they'll be as a leader. You know, don't think those are any indications of, of any failures in the presidencies, but they're just so much fun to watch. And wow. So I think the momentum is kind of slipping away now that Joe Biden and Barack Obama have had successful debates. You know, they were obviously going into debates doing very well, but that first debate really hurt Obama. You're going to see that momentum slip away now, I think. This third debate is going to be very interesting. Of course, it's supposed to be strictly about foreign policy. However, I imagine that it will diverge into other topics, as well it should. We talked a lot about foreign policy tonight, but it's good that they'll both have something to study up on. I'm getting off topic a little bit here, but I'm just really excited for the next debate. Tonight, though, I really thought Obama shined on a couple key issues. The rest of them were a draw. The gaps were entertaining. Candy Crowley got run over. And the audience questions were very interesting. Very tough on both of them. They were not just, you know, stupid questions, which I love, because during the Republican debates, if you watch those, they often took questions from the audience, and they were just stupid questions, so, excuse me, I'm gonna go now, I'm losing my voice. Yeah, that's all I have to say today. Have a good night.